during my whole life, I have always this thing, I'm not really talented, or I question it all the time. Am I really talented? Am I not? And this moving back and forth is really exhausting. And so to perceive it as something that is just there brings a lot of calmness.
There's like a sentence which stuck with me, which is talent is not something you do, but it's who you are in a way.
Something that is just there for you to live off. That's so freeing.
Yeah.
We talked about this quite a lot of times because it was such a huge. Wow.
It was really an eye-opening experience, this topic. It's so hard to see from your own perspective what it is, that the group exchange is really essential for finding.
Very, very essential. Yeah.
Because your talent exists in the group, that's the thing. It exists in the exchange with others, so that's where you can actually find it.
You don't have to do all these steps on your own, but you kind of let someone help you, right, in order to get closer to yourself. That was amazing, yeah. Because
this is a sort of help that you don't get so often, because it's either like you have to find it yourself, whatever it is, or people tell you, here, this is my help. But to wrap it in this open dialogue about it, it's just it's cool.
It's just you wait for resonation, and if it happens, then you know. But it's really an open process, and at some point, some sentence, something will resonate, and then you know. And that is feels really good.
I also feel like it was not connected to impressing someone,
Who has the biggest talent? No.
Because that's what happens a lot, like in the world or outside, like on stages or wherever, wherever we are, and do our thing, and we try to, sometimes I have to admit that, we try to impress someone. But this word was absolutely not there during this course. Sitting in this classroom, impressing someone wasn't important at all, and that took away a lot of tension and a lot of also negative aspects which occur, because when you want to impress someone, obviously you're dealing also with your ego, and your ego then stands maybe in the way of you and your talent. And that wasn't there. So you could just really freely think about it and talk and really investigate yourself, right?
Something that stuck with me is how important it was to find an exact wording for your talent. One exact wording, and then go from that, because that makes a difference. And it was, for me, the hardest, actually, because then at some point you get to the core of it, okay, that could be it, but then you don't dare to say it. And once you say it, it's more there than if it's just a few words here and there. What I liked about the wording that we came up for my talent, this be you, it's only 2 words, and I think there's so much in it. And I always find new thoughts within these 2 words.
Yeah.
I like it. I have to fight with it sometimes, but it's good, and it's very true, I think.
It's not about coming to an end. It's not about reaching a certain goal. It's just about to get going and to start walking mentally, to think about stuff, to discover stuff, and to which is inside of you. My talent is Was will die Musik, which means what does music want, or what does it need? And that's an ongoing process to find out about that for me. And I also feel a bit overwhelmed sometimes, because it's such a big field, and that's why it's so important to narrow stuff down, to really be clear, to really have certain sentences, certain phrases. And that's something I learned during this course, to put stuff on the paper in order to be able to grasp it, and not having all these thoughts in your head which are just flying around. No, you gotta like pick one, maybe put it down on the paper, and then you can really grasp it and work with it and interact and find out what's behind it in a way. Yeah.
My talent is to offer perspectives. What it does in my musical path is that I'm not this specific musician who's really good at this. Not a jazz player, not a pop player, not this. I'm somewhere in between. And with this talent in mind, that's actually not a problem, but that's a good thing. So I have perspectives to offer from all sort of angles, and I don't need to fix myself into a certain style, into a certain direction, into a certain thing that I need to do, and that is really relieving. It is, yeah, and it was quite a topic for me also during my studies to at some point will I focus on this thing and becoming really good at it or not, and if I don't, what happens then? And now I feel quite relieved. I think what this talent definition did is that I just went along with my excitements for certain things without really thinking if does that fit together or not. I have this inspiration and this and I want to do it, and I just do it, and it's fine, and it will come together because it all comes sort of through my ideas and stuff and songs that I write, but I don't need to clean it up. It will just flow.